Boba Fett episode 6 dropped the other day, and I am devastated. Just not for the reasons you'd think. Let's talk about it. Book of Boba Fett episode 6 dropped, and I am devastated, but it doesn't have anything to do with the actual episode. So I made a whole video for you guys, just like I've been doing. I had all my breakdowns, all my Easter eggs, every cool little thing that I found, and I lost that video. I had some computer issues, and boom, it's all gone. So by now, I feel like we're already saturated with Easter eggs and breakdowns. So instead, I'm just going to talk about my thoughts on it. This to me was a really, really weird one because I felt like I watched it from 3 different angles all at the same time. I'm someone that likes to write and do my own storytelling. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I'm a big, big lore guy. As a Star Wars fan, this was incredible. Like, I love Star Wars. I love Luke Skywalker is the hero I grew up with. Love him to death. I watched all the Clone Wars and Rebels religiously, all the behind the scenes stuff. So, oh man, this had so much meat in it, and it was just an experience. And at the end of the day, isn't that what Star Wars is supposed to be? It's supposed to be fun for basically everyone in the whole family. And man, we got that in spades. This episode was wonderful for that. The lore fan of me just had a complete field day. I love diving into like these little deep like secrets and details. I was looking at the heads-up display on Din's ship and trying to translate the language to see exactly what planet he was on, because I love that type of stuff. And we haven't had it confirmed the location of Luke's original Jedi temple. Loved seeing that this looks like the same location that we see in the Rise of Kylo Ren comics. The cool little ant droids were awesome. First time I've seen them in Star Wars. Picking up on little things like, isn't Yoda's lightsaber already gone? Like, it was destroyed in the comics, but why is it here? Did he make another one, or is this a retcon? Lore-wise, I love that. I love the implications that we get. We got to go back and see more information on Order 66. It was traumatizing and devastating, and I loved it. Along with the lore comes the implications of certain things, right? We see that Luke is running his Jedi organization with a lot of the same rules that we saw before, and we didn't know exactly what his new Jedi Order was going to be like. So we're seeing the rules on attachment and all this stuff. Is that going to be problematic, or does that need to evolve, or is that information correct? What was their meeting like? What was the meeting between Luke and Ahsoka like? There's so much like meat that I, as a lore fan, and the things that I can now predict and speculate on and make content about, it's incredible. We got Cad freaking Bane. Like, what? Seeing the character jump into live action is awesome. Corey Burton's voice is just beautiful. The eyes, the piercing eyes were amazing. And there's so many questions that come along with it. How long had they hired him? Was he in some way responsible for the death of the Tuscans? Oh man, there's so much amazing stuff about it. But lastly, I saw it as a storyteller. And that's the part of me that is, I guess, not nearly as impressed. Like, don't get me wrong, I love seeing Luke and Ahsoka, and I love seeing him train Grogu. But from a story perspective, it does not affect Boba Fett or the through line of the show at all. It feels like a commercial for a show that hasn't been announced yet, that I very much want to watch, but from a storyteller's perspective, it didn't really fit. Also, personally, I've never been a huge Boba Fett fan. Like, in the original trilogy, he looks cool. I actually made an edit that has him in every scene in the original trilogy, and the edit is 2.5 minutes long. He's one of those characters that really looked cool in the background. You could tell that he was badass because of the implications of his actions and how he carried himself, but there wasn't a lot of characterization. I loved that we were getting that now, but it feels like Boba Fett has become the Boba Fett of the Book of Boba Fett, which is kind of weird for me. Cad Bane is a great character for us to get as a foil for Boba, because we know how, well, not all of us, but there is some unfinished footage of Boba having a face-off with Cad Bane from the Clone Wars that was never brought into canon, right? Because that was never aired. I always wanted to see that happen live action. I absolutely believe that we're going to get it. And narratively in this show, that's the thing that we needed, is we needed a actual antagonist, a face that we can put behind the evil that we're going to have to overcome. We needed something, because if he was just taking down a bunch of faceless pikes, it wouldn't be a satisfying conclusion to the story. So if this could be that antagonist, that's awesome. But from a storytelling perspective, if that is the case, why was he only introduced at the very, very end of the second to last episode? That feels weird. I loved this episode. I truly did. It made me laugh. I was grinning like an idiot. It made me want to cry. It traumatized me. Dave, stop showing me Order 66. Damn it. Just stop it. And enough is enough, okay? This episode was an absolute win for Star Wars fans everywhere if you've been following the franchise for a long time. But at the same time, I don't feel like in the context of the Book of Boba Fett, this episode did what it needed to do to truly be the second to last episode. Now, of course, I will probably get egg all over my face and the last episode will be a banger. I just feel like I'm coming into this last episode without the necessary context for me to truly care about the conflict. What level of antagonist is Cad Bane going to be? Where is this final battleground going to happen? Like, what is the overall? It's just fighting? What are the win conditions? What do we need to do to get the Pikes off the planet? There's so many things that I feel like we're coming in here without having established that. I feel like this last episode is going to have to do a lot of that work by itself. So I hope it's really long. I hope it's really good. And I do feel like they could pull it off. Absolutely. So I apologize if I seem negative here. That's definitely not my goal. This channel is Star Wars for people who actually like Star Wars. So I'm always going to approach all my critique or things that I don't like in a way to try and uplift the community. That's my goal at the end of the day. And I think we can all do that. So if you loved it, awesome. I salute you, and I see it. I see why. There's so much to love in this episode. Wasn't my favorite, but yeah, well, we'll move forward. I can't wait to see the finale. Can't wait to see how this all wraps up and if everything does tie itself together. Not gonna lie, had my original video gone up, it would have been a glowing review, but yeah, after I'm sitting here with just my feelings, I'm starting to feel a little hollow in regards to the episode. But we will see, because next week is a new week and we get the finale. And right now is truly the best time to be a Star Wars fan, because we're getting a ton of amazing content. So I'm happy, you're happy. Let's keep it going. That being said, let's go ahead and bring this video to a close. If you enjoy the content, please like, subscribe, share, and do all the things. Feel free to join. We're going to be doing a lot of member-related stuff coming up here real soon. Thank you guys, and may the Force be with you always.